Hello and welcome to another Super Hondas video. Today I've just driven down to Wales and it's a place I've been to before. I've got the steering wheel, the under-bonnet mat and a bunch of other parts from here, and I've come today to get those air conditioning parts off a special edition car that I actually got the other parts off before. Also I'll be having a look in here, see if there's anything else I need. There is also the instrument binnacle that I got before, which was a bit of a special binnacle. But it didn't quite fit my instrument surround, so I'm hoping to get the instrument surround and we'll get it fitted, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll get it all on film, and I'm really looking forward to it. Let's get on with it. Well, that could have been embarrassing. I thought it was the place that I sat before, but actually it's not. It's somewhere that looks similar, and they have got signs outside. So we are now arriving at the place where I'll meet this guy. This is his Prelude, which is a facelift four-wheel steer, 2-litre 16 valve, and he's got it up for sale at the moment. So if there's anybody who's interested in that, you can come and see it. It is an auto, but it's you know, it's a tidy car. Just needs some extra bits finishing off, and you're there. And I think there's another set of wheels as well that are quite expensive that comes with this. That's going to be going with the car. So, right, back into the shed. So here are all the components of the air conditioning system that Dan has spent hours getting off the car. I know you were talking at one stage having the engine out. Did you have to have the engine out, or did you manage to do it without?
I managed everything without taking it.
Yes. So obviously that's the fan assembly. What's that? Is that compressor? Yeah. And then you've got that. I think goes under the dash. I think, doesn't it? Or is it this bit?
This bit is going under the dash.
Oh, right. Okay.
And this one is going through the passenger side.
Okay.
I will show you where's the hole and everything like that. So all is complete here.
Yeah, and we've got all the nuts, bolts, everything's intact, ready to go, and even got the condenser.
Every pipe is secured from not going any dirt inside. You know what I mean? Like by this one, yeah.
Yeah, because what we're going to do is actually change the way you can fill it up with a updated tap, so you can have R134 in there, and get the green O-rings as well, so that it can run the latest gas. We don't have any problems. So yeah.
But all the rings, they are here. You will see every size, everything like that, so nothing missed.
Brilliant.
I was very taking care about it. Yeah.
Because sometimes these brackets are rusted off down here as well. Yes. But no, everything's intact, which is brilliant. And you said there was, I think it was running 5 years ago when you actually parked it up in here. Yeah.
But you know, during that time.
Yeah, things deteriorate. Yeah, and there are things that will change. You know, things that I can get from a place called Rock Auto in the States you wouldn't know about, and you can get new parts. Replacement parts from.
But condenser, for example.
Yes.
Do you have a place where to take it brand new?
You can get it from Rock Auto.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rock Auto do it in the States. Yeah, they do that. Whoa. There's a bunch of things that will.
Prices for?
I don't think it's too bad actually. I don't think it's that bad at all.
The radiator?
No, you can't get hold of that.
I can get it for you if you want.
You can as well, can you? Okay.
And this one as well, condenser, and this one as well.
Yeah.
So if you will be need, just let me know. But it will gonna take a little bit of time. But
yeah.
Like I said. So
this is the binnacle that I did have on this that I got previously from Dan, and what I was going on about was this extra floodlight apertures there. You'll see like a blue glass, and that's each side, and that's so that you can shine on these switch assemblies here. It's just a nice touch. I've not seen it on many cars, and I think it's an optional extra, or was an optional extra at the time. The other thing is on this, and it didn't quite fit my instrument surround, and on the back here you've got these clips, and I think, like I said before, that to stop some creaking or extra creaking, I think they modified them and put some extra clips on. On the rear of this one, they're not there, and there's not a facility to put them on. So I think it was an upgrade for slightly later models, and that's why I'm keen to have the actual surround to match this, so that I've got the complete assembly there. It's quite fiddly, this bit, isn't it? Getting to those at the back there.
Yeah.
You're just having to do everything by feel. There you go.
Just the last.
I needed this plastic front for mine because when I glued the bushes, the glue dripped down on this section here, and it's kind of interacted with the plastic, so I did need that off. But the clocks just slip out from it, and we can just slide my clocks back in, and we're ready to go. Now I'm hoping the glue hasn't stuck where I put the polypropylene glue, hasn't stuck it together. But the thing is, I think it will just pull off anyway, so it should be fine. They've just taken this old Binnacle off, and yeah, it was falling apart. You can see here where the screws go through to attach it to the dash. It's no wonder it was creaking. Just no wonder it was creaking. Literally, it was falling apart, going really brittle. I guess just with age. It may have been off at some stage. I don't know, but yeah, I'm glad we're changing it. So what we're doing is we're removing the front off my instrument Binnacle, so we can replace the glass. You'll see on here where the glue, when I had to glue it the other day, has dripped down onto the glass, so this is why we're doing this, to replace the glass. But what we don't want to do is to get any dust inside, so this is why we're doing a quick swap like this. Okay, I'll take that off you. Okay, this one can go. Flip round and get in there. The thing hasn't been going quite. There you go. There it is. There you got it.
I kept yours because he always looked less mileage.
So as much as I showed you the broken bosses here, obviously the dash would have been rattling. Now the difference between these two rears, and the reason the Binnacle wouldn't fit on properly, is actually more than we thought before. If we look at the old one here, really it's just these three bushes that secure at the top, and then we've got a couple of screw securings there, and obviously these at the back, which on this were broken. But if we come over to this one now, we've got some extra bits, and they've obviously remanufactured this, and I would say that probably this Binnacle assembly was creaking and people were complaining about it. So we've got, obviously these are all intact, and then we've got these extra bits which secure it to the dashboard, and then these here where the clips clip into, and then of course on the Binnacle you've got the extra floodlighting. So they've really gone to town on it, rather than just doing a one extra bit solution. They've tripled up on it. So I'm really sadly quite excited about getting this on now, and because I don't think it's going to be creaking anymore. Just for completeness, we're actually going to move the switches over from my original Binnacle over to the upgraded one, because the original Binnacle switches were in slightly better shape. So may as well do that at the same time. We are literally just putting the last screws in place. The Binnacle's gone in really, really well, and it just clipped and held into place without even these last screws being put in. I'm really pleased with the result. Well, we got some Brucey bonuses from this trip. One thing that's been eluding me, this clip here is something that always breaks. I couldn't get one from anywhere else, and luckily Dan had one, so that's sorted now. The other thing that really annoyed me is I had blue leads under here, and these never actually seated fully onto the top of the cam cover, but now I've got black leads, original leads, and they fit in perfectly, and I think really that finishes off the engine bay. And you've got spares everywhere, tucked everywhere, wrapped up, some of them just sitting there. Spare bonnets. Oh, that looks like
Civic FN2.
Yeah, FN2, yeah. And a load of Prelude bonnets back there. Wow. So we've got a lot of front bumpers here off the cars ready to go. If anybody has an accident in their car and they need a spare, we've got a bunch of them here. And then hanging on the walls, here are rear bumpers as well, from the pre-facelift and post-facelift models. Again, something else that it might be hard to come by, because most of these cars have just been broken and literally chewed up and spat out, and now we've got spares. I don't know what you're going to do with them when you get rid of this. What are you going to do with them when you get rid of the this place? Because I know you're moving to another job.
I will gonna keep that garage for a
so you're gonna be able to keep it. So if anybody wants some spares, come and get them. You know.
I got red, lips, front, back.
Yes.
Facelift.
Yeah.
Preface, which they are hard to get.
Again, they're really hard to get. Yeah.
So I got a few of them in good condition.
Well, that's it. The air conditioning parts are all in the boot, wrapped in plastic. I've got the door cards, and the bits that we could fit onto the car today are on the car. So I'm really, really pleased with the bonus stuff that we've got. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I've enjoyed making it. And if you like videos like this, subscribe to the channel and like, of course, and share with friends. And I'll see you in the next one.